Good morning, Cancer Moons. Welcome to the Light Studio. Today we are tuning in for the month of April and tuning into the energies of your journey in particular through this fiery phase that we're heading into. Like there's 6 planets in Aries at the moment, and your emotional state feels a bit steamy at the minute. So to me, what I'm hearing and feeling is this is a time for you to be very clear on where your boundaries are, so you don't blow atop in this steamy energy, that you make time for yourself to go more internal and practice some deep self-loving exercises. I'm hearing maybe there's some affirmations, or there's gratitude journaling, or there's some release processes that you can do. Maybe there's some type of art therapy, something that you can do to help you move through some internal discomfort is what I'm hearing. So really important for you, Cancer Mooners, in the month of April to be more reflective on your own personal journey and not give too much of your time and energy in spaces and places where it is not appreciated. That's what's coming up. All right, let's tune in for you. I'm going to put these up here purely because we need the room. So Cancer Moon, Cancer Moon. All right, so we call in the elements of earth, air, fire, water. Earth, air, fire, water, ether. Earth, air, fire, water, ether. Earth, air, fire, water, ether. We call on you now. We ask for your crystal clear guidance in bringing in clear messages for Cancer Moon energies for their highest good and well-being during the month of April 2026. Now remember, this is a general reading, Cancer Moons, so if it does resonate, do please subscribe, like, share, comment at least on the video, and if you feel really inclined, you're invited to join the Light Crew community, which is a sacred energy space for aligning with yourself, to dive deeper with your soul, and to connect with a community of like-minded people. Now, the Light Crew community is just starting. We're just building up. So at the moment, entry level is free. There are other sections in there, other tiers, but the link for that is in the description box below if that resonates. All right, so we're using the Soul Journey cards by James Van Prague. What's your soul lesson this April, Cancer Moons? What's your soul lesson this April? This card just fell out. Change. Oh, one of the fire signs got this energy as well. Change. And what's underneath is adversity. Okay. Yes, this does seem to be a little bit of a common theme with this excessive Aries energy. I feel like the challenge here, and I do believe Sagittarius had this one, Sagittarius moon. I do believe that there is going to be some, because what I'm noticing is this spikiness, and it feels like the steam. I was connecting to the steam energy. If you're not careful, you will project that steam outwards. And I feel like that is important, that you check in on yourself with that before you make or say or do something that isn't going to be for your highest good and well-being. So, and that's why it's important for you to do this internal check-in quite regularly, preferably daily is what I'm hearing, and maybe even make some time throughout the week for you to dive a little bit deeper to help you through this process, because it is going to be and bring up a whole gamut of not only emotions, but I'm hearing ruminations from the past. So there is in order for you to move into a smooth flowing change, you've got to do the internal work. Otherwise, you're going to create more challenges for yourself. And some of those challenges aren't required, and that's because of a projection energy. Now, this may not be you per se, it may be somebody around you, okay, who's projecting at you. Challenges are great. They do help us grow and they push us out of our comfort zone. But some of the challenges really can be avoided, especially if they're exceptionally dramatic. We just need to go a little bit more internal. All right, so I'm going to leave that there. That's the underlying energy of your change at this moment. And I'm guided to pull. I'm guided to pull the Radiant Rider Waite Tarot for some more information. What in particular is this change connected to for the Cancer moon signs in the month of April, please? What in particular is this change connected to? Oh yeah, I really do feel like you need to slow down. There was an amping up that was happening, and I'm feeling this need to slow down. Cancer, slow down. All right, we have, yep, there you go. Any more information around this change, please? Okay. So it may have something to do with a person in your life or an aspect of yourself. Remember, it is a general reading. If you'd like to go deeper, I do personal readings. You can check them out on my website. I feel like, yeah, the wonderful thing about these two cards is they are like the light and shadow of each other, okay? Two people, male and female, two aspects of self, feminine and masculine. An angel or a winged figure, okay? A winged figure. We've got fire and we've got fruit, fire and fruit. But the difference being, obviously, we've got a darkness and a horn, upside down pentacle, which can and does connect to a more shadow, dark side of energy. Or we have the sun and the light energy, which is connected more to your divine free will. This is connected to the devil, obviously, is connected to the 7 deadly sins. Oh, I can't name them all right now, but codependency is one of them. See how we're chained up here? And we feel like we're stuck in a loop or in a program or in a conditioning, or there's a fear of some sort. And this energy and this energy need to be integrated. And you're doing a lot of deep work around this at the moment. So you've got 8 either side here, and then you've got the shadow and the light aspect. So you've been mulling over and ruminating about something. We did talk about that, and it's got a lot to do. There's a lot of mental energy here and a lot of masculine energy here as well with this 8 of Wands. What's on the bottom? The 3. All right, so well, I just heard this song. Should I stay or should I go now? If I stay, there will be trouble. If I go, there will be double. I don't remember who sings that. That's an old one. 80s, late 70s, early 80s, late 70s. So the 3 of Wands is actually saying, right, do I stay and wait for this new opportunity or this new shift in perspective, this new change to come in, or do I actually head in a whole new path altogether. I've done a lot of work, but now it's about integrating all of it and moving forward. And that's what this is here. So there is some deep conversations coming through right now. Cancer moons, some very deep conversations that you'll be having, maybe with yourself, but also maybe with somebody else, because this feels like you've come to this juxtaposition, not a word I would use. You've come to this juxtaposition where you can see the benefits of both. But ultimately, remember, you do have divine free will. You may be stuck in a program or a conditioning which isn't serving you. So, you know the old saying, we each have two wolves within ourselves, the light one or the shadow one, and whichever one we feed is the one that wins. Maybe it's time to choose a different one. Maybe it's time to go with the opposite, because there is always light in the dark and dark in the light. So this is really, and okay, so the Cancer glyph is very similar to the yin and yang. And remembering that we are made up of masculine and feminine energy, but for you right now, I really want to pull some more cards, because I feel like these are the ones. Can we have some more information here? This does feel like a really deep space that you've got yourself into. Psychic abilities. Oh, is that coming up here? No, it's not. All right, so I'm going to move that to there. Bring this up there. Okay, and even the way I've just moved that has sort of created this split in between. And that to me feels like you've been worrying and constantly thinking about what you would like to do for yourself, your choice. Maybe you have actually connected with, this is for somebody in particular because it feels very direct. You've connected with a deeper part of yourself, and you're awakening into an aspect of yourself that you sort of maybe have dabbled with in the past, but it's now fully awakening within you. However, you're caught in an old program or an old conditioning, and there needs to be a change around that energy in order for you to fully step into this energy. And that change has got something to do with your psychic abilities. So maybe you're scared about what the future is bringing for you. But remember, because you have divine free will, because this is opening within you, you have to create those boundaries for yourself. And the more you respect yourself and respect your own boundaries and your own natural gifts, obviously this is a natural gift for you, and don't let anybody else put you down or steer you in a direction that you know doesn't feel right for you. The more you honor yourself and respect yourself, the more things are going to have to change with the people around you in particular. We are moving into the Libra full moon in a couple of days' time, so it has got a lot to do with partnerships, but also, the internal partnership that you're having. So what's underneath this is happiness, yeah. So it really is important for you to trust what feels good for you, not what you have been told you should do or what has been forced on you. This card to me is usually connected with news coming in and something exciting happening. But next to this devil card right here, it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like somebody telling you how you should do stuff or how you're not good at doing stuff. And this over here is you being stuck in your head about your own natural gifts and your own natural talents, which you can clearly feel, and your own sovereignty, more to the point. So in order for you to be happy, it's important for you to step into your truth, which long term actually brings you more good luck than you can ever imagine, because you will then begin to align with who you are more fully. I hope that makes sense for you. I am going to leave that there, but if you'd like a little bit of extra support this month, can we have an animal spirit that Cancer Mooners can walk with, please? Dolphin. This and that are true. Number 20, which is relevant to the 2, which is the 2 sides of the self. Yeah. So this and that and true. So I do, and we, you know, that's the balance. Remember, when we've got both of these together, we're completely and utterly aware, and our truth and our own authenticity and our uniqueness and our sovereignty comes from you understanding about your shadow aspects and about the shadow aspects of others, because those shadow aspects we have within ourselves, pardon me, are going to be reflected in the people around us somewhere, somehow. So when you see it in somebody else, check in with yourself and do that work you need to do to change, so you can step more fully into your own natural gifts and move forward as a sovereign soul. Oof, Cancer, that is deep. Whew, I'm going to leave that there. If this does resonate with you and you'd like to join the Light Crew community, do check out the link below. There are extended moon musing readings, not the moon signs, the full moon and the new moon readings. Plus there are going to be other things along the way. We are just starting, we're just bringing in, creating this new energy together. So happy April to you all, and good luck with the April full moon in Libra and the new moon in Aries. Toodaloo.